welcome to episode 37 of the Gunpla Club podcast. It's been a little while since we've recorded the last Gundam podcast, but I've got some happy chappies with me, because apparently Gundam still does exist, and Bandai does in fact care about it, which is why we're recording a new one. So, it's going to be a threesome this episode, because I've got one William Potter live in... Are you in your new house or in your old flat currently, Will?
I'm currently in my old place, and can I just clarify that I'm not a happy chappy? I'm just generally quite sad most of the time.
But you're a homeowner now, aren't you?
God damn it.
Yeah.
There's Sam.
I'm kidding.
Sam's here too.
Hello. It kind of feels like we shouldn't even put episode numbers on these anymore because they're so fucking infrequent, you know? Like, this should just be the 2022 episode of Gunpla Club, you know what I mean?
Oh,
Yeah,
God. We can do better than that.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Listen. As will become apparent over the course of this episode, we are more than happy to record and talk about Gundam when there is stuff to talk about, right? So
yeah, like we won't record a podcast for the sake of recording a podcast because
we're all
shit. Like we've
adults.
done it before, and the episode was a bit crap. I thought.
I'd say it's more that we're all adults with lives now. Like Callum's not here because he has a child.
Ollie is making a game.
Yeah, Ollie's not here because he's successful.
Yeah. By the way, just to shout this out at the start of the episode, Paradise Killer is now on Xbox Game Pass. You can get it on your PC as well. So if you've not tried out Ollie's game, give it a shout. It's really good. It's got a fucking sick soundtrack.
Yeah, and it's on PlayStation as well. It wasn't on PlayStation before either. It was just Steam and Switch before, and now it's on basically everything. It's on PlayStation. Yeah. It's on Game Pass if you have an Xbox. And
it's everywhere you could probably play a game.
Yeah,
there's some added cool bits as well.
Well, it's not on the Gizmodo or the Nokia N-Gage, or the
PSP
or the TigerGame.com, but it's on, or the Neo Geo Pocket Color, but it's on most, or the Game Boy, but it's on most other platforms.
Yeah, so we've all been very busy with various things. Like I'll be honest, I've not built anything. I've not touched a Gunpla clit in... I said clit.
Well, I mean, you know, either or, right?
Rather revealing.
It's
Freudian.
been a while since we did one of these.
Okay, let's not pull back the curtain too much, yeah?
God damn it.
Yeah.
I've not built a kit in quite a long time.
No.
I've been busy doing other things.
No, and as you alluded to earlier, Sam, I'm in the process of moving gradually, and that's not a good time to start getting runners out all over the place. But new place will have more space for hobbies, so I'm looking forward to that.
Nice. I haven't built shit either. I finished off the Gundam Mark V since our last episode, which is great, cracking kit. But I've basically said all I need to say about that on the last episode anyway. But yeah, I mean, as we will discuss, it's not incredibly easy to find kits in the UK anymore. Or, well, I mean, it's easy enough to find them. There's stock already over here, but
anything good.
Yeah, if you don't want that stock, you're shit out of luck.
So let's move on to new kit news and just general news.
You gonna say something?
Because we had separate segments for news and new kit news, but I think I'll change it up for this episode alone.
Okay.
So I don't know if you guys caught this news a couple months ago, but Bandai actually stopped selling Gunpla overseas.
Outrageous. Why is that?
Completely. Because of scalpers, apparently. But the thing is that all the fucking scalpers are those cunts in Akihabara going around on a kit release date buying fucking 17 of them.
Now listen, I might be a fucking idiot, right? But if you are trying to stop scalping, surely cutting off all legitimate flow of product is going to be counterproductive. Or am I missing something?
I think Bandai are just that dumb.
Oh, It's a nightmare. But what it means is that it's very difficult to, as a result of these two measures, them stopping fucking shipping Gunpla out here in an official capacity, and then also the fact that there are just no shipments from Japan coming over here at all. There's just no new stock coming into Europe at the moment, basically.
It's kind of wild to me. Like,
yeah.
So, like, they've delayed the real grade God Gundam's release date over from June to August, I believe. And they've also stopped reissuing older kits. So every month they used to put out, here's a list of what's getting reissued, and they've just stopped doing that completely now.
As in just in the West, you mean, or
everywhere?
Everywhere.
Yeah. So this article from GundamKitsCollection.com says Japanese hobby stores have temporarily closed their listings for Bandai hobby products, specifically Gunpla, to stop resellers from buying bulk orders and reselling for higher price. Well, it seems to me that Bandai's a bit of a part of the problem here. Like, their supply chain is the problem. Like, their manufacturing is the problem. Like, if you keep it centralized in Japan, and I understand why you'd want to do that, then you can't scale up your business. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just... Is all Gunpla still made in Japan?
Yeah. It says Gunpla made in Japan underneath.
That'll do it, yeah. But yeah, I mean... Yeah, if there are scalpers because there isn't enough product, then the solution is not to make even less product, you know?
Right, yeah. It's like anything like of note over the pandemic, like demand has surged for it, right?
Yeah, of course.
Like anything collector, hobby, everything has like spiked in price. This is nothing new that other industries haven't dealt with. Right?
Yeah.
I'm sure even fucking Warhammer deals with it in some respects.
But I mean, I don't know about their stock, but their popularity has skyrocketed over the pandemic. Yeah.
Weirdly though, like it feels like we're on the tail end of this now. So it's weird to have this news
of the pandemic. You mean?
They're still putting measures in for like stock stuff about, But
Japan.
It's good news that,
I don't know. So, Will, I don't know how far along Japan is in terms of vaccinations and stuff, but I mean, obviously, the borders are still quite strict, and through watching wrestling, I know that they still don't allow crowds to make noise at events. So you can go to a sporting event, but you're only allowed to clap. You're not allowed to make any noise, which is makes the atmosphere very strange. But yeah, so there are still more measures in place than we have.
It says,
that's all I know.
According to Google's data, that 80% of the population is fully vaccinated in Japan.
Okay.
There's 101 million people.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a cohesive thing, isn't it? It's like you said, they're a deeply, deeply conservative government, and historically Japan has been very insular as well. So I don't think this is anything new. I mean, it sucks for people who want to get into the hobby, who can't find a decent kit to buy or anything like that, or they're left with like some high grade from 1994 to build. I mean, it sucks, but at the same time, it sucks while they're trying to, Bandai is trying to increase the footprint of Gundam in the West, and it doesn't make sense because Gundam's main vehicle as like a franchise is the Gunpla, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's the biggest part of the business, right?
In terms of making money, it's got to be. Yeah, I mean the anime
absolutely is.
The anime, for all intents and purposes, is an ad for the kits. So
yeah, exactly. So they've got that Netflix movie. What are you going to do? Like not send Europe any kits?
It's very interesting because when I was at Bandai, and I mean I haven't worked there for about a year now, but when I was there, we had a big meeting about how the company was really keen on increasing Gundam's footprint in the West and really making something of it. And the entire office was sat down and watched the first Gundam movie, of the original series. And I was like, sick, and everyone else in the office was like, what is this? And since then, nothing has happened. Although I'm sure.
Hang on. This leads me to my first announcement.
Oh, here we go.
During the Bandai Namco Group's presentation at the 3rd Gundam Conference Online on March 29th, they announced that the company is attempting to expand the Gundam IP by proceeding with a Gundam Metaverse project. Now, this aims to boost the franchise's reach by combining its franchises and sections into one interactive place with a single Bandai Namco ID. Now, there's a little image here of a bunch of little avatars and a big Gundam statue and loads of Gundam shit everywhere and like a, you know, you get the idea.
Is this metaverse as in the more recent
it's like the
adoption
Bandai
of that term?
It's
the
just
Bandai Metaverse. It
they
means
just
nothing. It's completely fucking vaporware.
It means fuck all. It's never going to happen. It's just hopping on this fucking bandwagon. They're going to sell some shitty Gundam NFT. And if any of you listening are into NFTs or this metaverse bullshit, eat shit and fuck off. Like, it's so stupid. I swear to God, everyone banging on about this metaverse. It's like, if you can't seen an MMO before, you know,
I
like
get so many press releases about metaverse projects.
All these people going, "Oh, you can customize your avatar." I'm like, "Bitch, have you played EverQuest?" Like, fucking hell.
If this was a natural evolution of their recent anime series, it would make sense. But to me, it just seems like a cynical cash grab for what is currently trending.
It is pure bandwagon hopping. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing is going to happen. It will just be some shitty, like, online
Let me describe
it.
Let me describe it. It's going to be so crap. It'll probably be a web page with a bunch of links on it. In this project, the company aims to launch its first virtual space called the Gundam Colony that envisions to provide various Gunpla-related experiences to fans and new visitors. In the announcement is the previously teased Gundam Base Virtual World, which provides an entertainment space that can be visited anywhere in the world. Whoa! It's like it's on the internet.
Like the fucking internet! So hang on, can I just stop here, Simon? So virtual Gunpla experiences. Now, again, stop me if I'm a fucking idiot, but is the experience of Gunpla not a primarily real world thing? You know what this is going to be. I know what this is going to be, and I'm telling you what this is going to be. You're going to be able to scan your Gunpla, or a kit is going to come with some fucking code, and you're going to be able to get a model, a 3D model of that kit that you can have in your little metaverse house. What a crock of fucking shit.
I actually like that idea. I think that's quite cool.
Will, what is...
Yeah, I love that stuff. Why not? What? Why not? But it's not going to be that, is it?
I'm not opposed to it, but the chances of them actually pulling off what I have in my head about that and what is probably going to happen are two very different things.
What is the fucking
We want build
point?
fighters in real life.
Apparently, this is going to be open sometime in fall 2022 for a test, so we'll get back to you on that.
I think that digital collections...
Oh my god. Gundam Battle and Gundam Contest, where you can fight other Gunpla, were also lined up to join this metaverse project. This focuses to enhance the experience of Gunpla by combining both of its physical and digital aspects. Excuse me, what digital aspect of Gunpla do you know about?
Yeah, so it's just Gundam Breaker.
Listen, lads, Gundam Breaker 3,
exists.
Just add a bunch of new kits into it. That's all you need to do.
It's just...
new Gundam Breaker, Gundam Breaker 3.
It just seems like such a waste of resource and energy. But hey, everyone's jumping on this bandwagon at the moment.
It does seem counterintuitive to them not shipping Gunpla outside of Japan at the same time. Like, it's a very weird mixed message we're getting.
Although, it's like... It's not the same people working on the. You see it all the time with idiots on Twitter, right? Being like, "Oh, like, why are they making this DLC when they should be making the next game or something?" It's completely different teams, you know? Like, oh no, like, why are they making this DLC when they should be fixing the bugs? Because it's different teams, right? Completely different people. One is not making the other slower. So I'm sure that's the case here. It's just, you still have this team of people who could be making something that I like instead of something that I think is stupid. But hey, whatever. You know, Gundam is always going to chase the zeitgeist a little bit, I think. It needs to remain popular with the kiddywinks, doesn't it?
I think there's no coincidence that what I feel to be the peak of this podcast, and that's not me saying that, oh yeah, we were amazing at one point. It's purely because Gundam genuinely felt like it was on the up and coming. It was going to break through to the mainstream at one point a few years ago, and it's just been really sad to see that just drop off very rapidly over the last few years.
Yeah, I mean, when did we start this podcast? 2016, I want to say?
Yeah, 2016.
So how many years has it been that we've been doing this for now? It's 2022 now.
6 years.
6 fucking years. Jesus.
Yeah.
So that was when IBO was coming out.
I think the thing is, Will, is that point of view there is a very Western standpoint. In Japan, Gundam is and always has been enormous, so they don't really have anything to worry about, you know.
Of course, yeah.
And the West, like I'm sure the pandemic in particular, kind of put a bit of a stop on their plans to break into the West, but they're probably just not that bothered at the end of the day. They're like, oh well, we can sit on it and try again when things are better. Like, you know, Gundam is still enormous in Japan. It's still doing fucking mad things. They've got this big new Gundam statue going up. They got
literally a new Gundam, yeah.
A new Gundam, yeah. So yeah, I mean, I think while we have a lot to complain about, it probably is nowhere near as disastrous as that from a Japanese standpoint, you know.
Yeah,
for sure.
Totally. And you know, like hopefully the Gundam buzz will, you know, start to perk up again because, gentlemen, we've got a new series coming on the way.
Hey.
We do.
Fall 2022. So this one we've had really light details on it until about last week, I think. And then the Gundam YouTube channel uploaded a short teaser for Mobile Suit Gundam: The Witch from Mercury.
Yeah, it looks sick.
I think this looks great.
Looks sick.
I like the vibe I got from that 30-second trailer. I think the main character, she looks pretty cool. I want to know, is she the witch? Is she the witch?
Is she an actual witch? Do we know who's doing the music? Because it sounded very Sawano.
No, we don't have any staff details or writing credits or anything at this point, which is a bit odd because IBO definitely had that stuff announced by this point.
Right.
Hey, how cool is it to have a female protagonist for once in 40 years?
So I'm gonna be.
I was gonna.
Don't, Sam.
Yeah.
Just don't.
No.
No, I was gonna say what Sam I think is gonna say.
The fact that it's taken this long is almost like I don't know if I draw attention to it because my first thought is fucking hell. This has been going for 40 years, and this is the first time you've had a female protagonist. Like,
absolutely.
I think in a main property, yeah.
I mean, people
you female protagonists in like side stories in mangas and stuff. Like
that.
And
you could be.
It's like front and center.
You could be pedantic and go, "Oh, what about Chris in War in the Pocket?" And I'd be like, "Well, I don't really think she's the main character." But
but this is like, you know, a woman being Amuro Ray, for example.
Yeah.
Chris from War in the Pocket, you know.
We think, at least.
The amount of noise they've made about it, you'd assume. But it's great. But my first thought is like, I can't believe it took this long.
And
better late than never, right?
Yeah, I think it's a cool character design. I think what is it? The Gundam Aerial looks good. They've announced a bunch of new mobile suits for this. Kicking off with the Gundam Aerial, which it's got. You know, this is a Gundam with an ass, boys. Like,
it does have thick thighs. I do like the thick thighs.
Gundam has an ass.
I mean, I know you guys all quite like this, and it's not that I dislike it. It's that it's just so kind of generic that I struggle to really have an opinion. It's clearly gonna. It's clearly gonna have bits and modes and stuff that goes on it, right? Because it's just very. And then my other thought is the general kind of mech design we're seeing looks like a combination of Iron-Blooded Orphans and Reconquista. You know, it kind of looks
and a hint of 00, popped in there as well. I think.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like, yeah,
I can, but it's like, it looks very IBO in that kind of slightly more organic fashion. But then there's definitely a sense of the G self in there as well that's hard to put my finger on. But
I see much more of the fucking age stuff. You know, like the
yeah,
and stuff like that. I see much more of that.
I mean, there are trends in mech design in Japan, right? And I think this one really feels like it's blurring the lines between what we think of as quintessential Gundam and what is currently popular in Japanese mecha anime, which
it continues.
We are not necessarily, seeing as much.
It has that slightly Zone of the Enders feel that that some suits
organic.
from that some suits from IBO and G-Reco did. No, I don't dislike it at all. I don't really have any strong feelings on it. At the end of the day, the kind of designs that I like are rooted in that 80s, like
big,
chunky real robot.
Yeah.
Basically Zeta. Like Zeta Gundam is like the foundation of my taste in so
I think it's really important to say that I think a lot of long time or hardcore Gundam fans are going to feel the same way you feel about this particular design, Sam. And what I'll say to them is it's okay to not like it, lads. Like the Gundam that you have, the big boxy boys, they're never going to go away.
No. And I don't even dislike it. Like honestly, it's not a bad design at all.
I've seen a lot of chat just online and that over people properly shitting on this design. I'm just like, I think it's all right. I think it looks interesting. It does look a bit busy. I agree with you there, but I think
Do you think, if anything, I'd say it's a bit too plain? But
really,
yeah.
I mean, there's a lot going on this, man. I think it's really busy.
I mean, the other thing to remember is this is going to be the first suit that the Protag gets. It's going to get bits and upgrades so they can sell more kits, and then halfway through there'll be another suit which will be bigger. So like if you don't like it, then there will be another. But the HG that they announced looks nice. We noticed some stickers on it. So looking at it, there are definitely stickers on the shoulders. These little lines.
Yeah.
That's
shoulders and on the chest.
That's not the end of the world. Now, this is it. The bit on the head and the bit on the chest that are kind of like circuitry. Oh, and there's a couple of bit on the there's a couple of bit on the waist kind of skirt as well. The first time I saw this, I thought they were stickers, and you weren't so sure. Like, so what do you think now? Do you think they might be molded?
I think they're definitely stickers.
Yeah. Okay. You've come around to my. Yeah.
I think it might be molded, and then you stick it over it, or it's like something that goes inside a clear part. Like this is a HG at the end of the day. Like,
yes.
I don't anticipate them doing like some crazy intricate molding for a high grade, which is a high grade of a main Gundam, and a high grade of a main Gundam is always going to come, fairly cheap, around 1,000 yen or so, right?
Yeah. Have they announced the price for this?
No, there's no price for the aerial HG.
Yeah.
But like you said, there's going to be so many different modes and variants of this that if you really like the aerial to such a degree, maybe wait until there's a more complete version of it out. Unless you're just
I mean, it is exciting. It is exciting when you're watching a new show. You're watching a new show. You grab the kit. Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
So along with the aerial,
I like the head design of the aerial quite a bit though. I want to talk about this a little bit. It looks it looks like it's got a bit of Turn A about it. I can't
really.
I think it does. I think it's
that wasn't my first thought.
Or Patlabor.
Interesting. My first thought was Exia. It's got a bit of the Exia to it. This head.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah. It's super 00 looking, but it's got a Zeta faceplate. It's really cool.
Yeah. It's not bad. It's just again
I'll tell you what. Those shoulders are absolutely getting replaced. You can just tell. You can just tell.
It's quite skeletal, isn't it? Except for the thighs, which are hella thick.
Juicy.
Yeah, juicy thighs. Yeah, this Gundam squats.
Yeah. So there's another. They announced 3 mobile suits.
Yes, and
so
3
the
kits.
next one is the HG Gundam Lefrith.
Lefrith?
And this
is that how it's
actually
pronounced?
from Lefrith. Yeah.
Lefrith?
Lefrith.
Lefrith?
I don't know. It sounds really dumb.
Lefrith?
Anyway, this is supposedly from a prologue story. That we're going to get a little bit before.
Have
looks
they
very
announced,
similar, isn't it?
Have they announced what form this prologue story will take? Like, is it an anime? Is it a manga? What is it?
Prologue of the anime set to air in summer 2022. So
Set to
sounds
air?
like an anime to me.
I reckon it's going to be on YouTube. It's going to be on YouTube.
Yeah, it's going to be an
gonna
ONA, like 10-minute kind of job.
Yeah.
Like I don't see it being like a huge thing. But yeah, this the Lifrith echoes a lot of the a lot of the aerial. I think this is probably a prototype aerial in a lot of ways.
So
like the O Gundam before we saw the
Yeah. So my my journey with this is the first time I saw it, I thought, oh, that's kind of boring. There's no color separation. And the more I look at it, the more I kind of really like it.
Dude, I fucking love this design.
I
really like it.
It's very similar to the aerial, but it's a bit different in ways that I like. The shoulders are bulkier. The head is a bit different. I think the head is really cool. The chest
Again, it's
is
got that
different.
pat labor thing about it. It's got the
Yeah.
spikes inside of the head.
Now this definitely does have a pat labor thing about it. Absolutely. I also there isn't much color separation, but the pink looks great. Really like the pink.
And you know all those little ridges and all those like little bits and bumps and stuff. You imagine weather in this fucker. It'll look amazing.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm like, I really came around to this. Took me.
I don't like the gun. The gun looks dumb. Fuck that gun.
The gun's like a weird
looks like the
block.
Ninja Turtles pizza thrower.
Oh no, shit. No. Hang on. Allow me a bit of speculation. You see that shield?
I do see
the shield. The shield is part of the gun.
Maybe.
Look at the top of the shield and look at the end of the gun.
Do you think they would have maybe shown that off in the promo images though?
No.
Oh,
Spoilers,
it does look like the shield fits in the gun, doesn't it? Oh yeah. Oh, I see what you mean. He's not wrong, boys. The boy's a genius. Yeah.
It's always like I've been watching Gundam for 20 fucking years.
Yeah. Well done.
And it looks like it has like some sort of backpack on the back there as well. Like I don't know what are those extra arms that they extend out. Like I don't know.
There's a lot going on for a HG, which is quite nice. Like the amount of surface detail is more than I'd expect.
It does one of my favourite things, which it puts a booster under the knee.
Oh, lovely.
It's like, mate, this is fucking space. Goes back to that old Zeong thing. It's like, you don't need fucking legs in space, mate. Well, you do.
It's true.
I've got a booster underneath my knee.
And instead of the thick thighs, it has boosters on its ass as well.
Yeah. Big fucking shit is coming out of this one.
So should we talk about the final kit they announced, the Burger Boo?
The Burger Boo.
The Burger Boo.
I don't know what to say about Burger Boo.
It looks very Age/00, doesn't it? Like, it feels like a blend of those.
I hate this.
It looks like
hate this
given form, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I don't like the colours. The colours, it's just grey and a really muted purple. It's boring. It's got.
Have you noticed? Yeah. Hang on.
It's
Think
got
about that.
bollocks on its back. Yeah.
Think about this. It's purple.
Yeah.
It's the.
Am I missing something?
The villain's sidekick.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying? Okay.
Yeah.
It's the Galileo suit.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Like bits I don't like. It's quite bug-like, isn't it? But
yeah.
It looks like it could be from Zone of the Enders.
You know what I'm gonna say? It looks like it's from 5 Star Stories. Look at that. It's very Nagano. Look at that lower torso bit. It looks like, Night of Gold and stuff.
I just don't like it. It's got fucking. I don't like the spheres on the back. I don't like the weird leg joints where it goes into the waist. I don't like the head. It's not for me. This one.
It looks like it sucked to build as well, frankly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Going back to the show, do we know? Is there a timeline that's been announced? Is this? I assume it's a brand new timeline.
Well, it looks like a new timeline to me.
I
don't know
feel
where they'd fit this in.
I feel like
said something.
Yeah, if this was UC, they would have said.
Oh, it's absolutely not UC, is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I just wonder if it's.
If it was a tie into something else, they would have said. I feel like I reckon this is a new thing.
So they opened up a website, gwitch.net. I like that. Gwitch.
Yep.
It's pretty cool.
There's your new acronym. It's not an acronym.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it has a bunch of information. So apparently the burger boot is from the prologue as well.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah. So hopefully we don't have to see that come for too long. You know, one thing I really like about the design of the website in general, it gives you like a hint as towards the vibe that the show's going for, and they're using a significant amount of serif fonts, and you know what, I fuck with that quite a bit.
It's sophisticated. Yeah. One comment I'll make though is the protagonist. Her uniform looks a bit Xeon.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like military garb in some way.
Yeah.
That Gundam looks a bit 3D to me, doesn't it?
Oh, it'll be there. I don't think anime can exist anymore without using CG in some form. It just wouldn't be financially viable. Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, look at after the beautifully hand-drawn animated Dragon Ball Super Broly film. Look at what they're doing for the next one, you know.
Looks
like a cutscene from Kakarot.
You have other, absolutely fantastic CG hits such as Berserk 2016.
That's what killed Miura. He finally watched an episode of Berserk 2016 and he was like, "No, fuck this."
His heart fucking exploded. Yeah. He died.
Rest in peace. Have we done an episode since that happened?
I know.
That's a pretty brutal transition.
Listen, if I think about it too much, I'm going to make myself depressed. So let's not.
Right. So we've also moving swiftly on from Witch in Mercury, the Witch from Mercury, is you know how you said you really like UC and those boxy suits?
I do.
Well, we've got Doan's Island coming up. Now this
Hell
is
yeah.
to be a cool looking OVA, I want to say.
Yeah,
forgive me for sounding extremely cool. Am I supposed to know who Doan is?
Yes. Have you watched the original show?
No, not all of it. No.
Wait,
So,
did you watch?
Movies?
Oh, you watched the movies? Then you won't know. There's an episode of the original show called Cucuruz Doan's Island.
Right.
And this is basically a adaptation of that episode using the origin manga because the manga, Mobile Suit Gundam: The Origin went into more detail on this, and so now they've spun it out into a full-length movie. So it's basically a feature-length episode of the original show.
Sweet.
Yeah.
It looks stunning.
Yeah, it looks great. I think I think these suits are CG as well, but they look great.
Looks cracking. Yeah, I mean, I'm always happy for more UC. Like, it is basically a rehash of an episode from 1979, so it's not gonna surprise anyone, I think. But it's cool and should have some nice animation. It would be nice to hear all the old voice actors back because God knows they don't have many years left. And yeah, did you see they've announced 2 HG kits?
Of a Gundam and Zaku, oh my god!
Yeah, RX-78 Gundam god. And a Zaku 2. What are the odds?
Oh my god!
Yeah.
I genuinely Bandai.
I genuinely can't tell the... Wait, are they P Bandai?
Yeah.
Oh,
actually, I was just joking.
They're P Bandai.
Goodness grief. I mean,
I genuinely can't.
Anyway,
I can't tell the difference between these and the others. So, yeah, fuck knows. Fuck knows.
Yeah, it looks really, really cool, and I'm gonna go for a poo.
All right, well, let's take a break.
Bloody hell.
I'm gonna leave my recording going. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we can take a break, or we can try and fill time for 20 minutes.
I mean, feel free.
Although that's 20 minutes is ambitious.
Yeah, no, let's.
Yeah. So take it.
For Simon's poo or for us filling time?
For Simon's poo, I mean.
I'm on the verge. Right.
Are you touching clock? All right. Good luck. I'm keeping all this in, by the way.
For God's sake.
Hello and welcome back to Gunpla Club. I have soiled myself and am in need of new clothes.
Sweet.
Luckily for me, Gundam and Uniqlo have just the thing for me.
Oh, that was
with
good.
A new UT collection.
I was wondering where you were going with that. That was good.
Huh?
I was wondering where you were going with that, but that was good.
I'm wondering how t-shirts are going to help if you soiled yourself. Like,
that's a good point.
What kind of soiling are we talking about here?
Listen, you can wear a t-shirt as trousers if you really try hard enough. You just got a little pee-pee hole in the middle.
He just needs cloth to wipe up the dupe.
Listen, you can wear a t-shirt as trousers if you try hard enough. It's like a maxi dress, just inverted, and it's got like a cockpit in the middle.
Yeah, that's yep.
You live your life how you want to live it, Sam. I won't challenge that.
Listen, when I'm the next viral TikTok sensation, William Potter, you're gonna want to know me.
Okay.
Anyway, these Uniqlo shirts. I
like the Mafty one.
Yes, I was going to say I very much enjoy the Hathaway one. I will try and pick that up. None of the others are particularly doing it for me, but hey, there's 4, right? 4 shirts.
Well, can we just speak about the RX-78-2 one? At the front, there's like a line art of the RX-78-2, like 1979 line art. And underneath it, in quotes, is, "This thing's on!"
I'm into that.
That's sex chat if ever heard it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, usually, like, I don't know what happened. Like, Uniqlo collaborations used to be so good.
Well, they've always been a bit hit and miss. I'm
pretty sure they have an algorithm at this point, and they just load assets into an algorithm and be like, print.
The Freedom Gundam one is fucking terrible. Oh my god.
Did any of you guys get any of the previous set? Because I didn't like any of those.
Yeah, I got loads.
No, I wasn't.
How many have they done at this point? I've got some, but
like 3 or 4, I think.
Don't know.
At least.
No idea. All I know is this. I'm not saying anything. I don't know anything, so I'm not saying anything. Yeah.
God fucking damn it. So yeah, the Freedom Gundam one has a quote on the back of it. It's just like the Freedom Gundam. And in the foot of the shadow of the Freedom is Kira and Atheron. And the text on the back says, "But what should we really be fighting against? Come with us, Atheron. We'll search for the answer. Together."
Is that a quote from the show? Or is that just gibberish?
It has
to be, right?
Anime was a mistake.
I wonder if there's any more on the Uniqlo website.
Maybe, yeah. I've only seen this 4.
No, there's only 4 that they're showing right now.
As with all Uniqlo T lines, they're very hit or miss, but you know,
they're mostly
they're nice quality. They're cheap.
Yeah, so. I've been like really into the bootleg shirt cottage industry that's cropped up over the last year or so.
On Instagram, yeah, like that's far too much of my money is going on bootleg Instagram shows. I just ordered a fucking Garth Marenghi's Dark Place one. Like,
shit,
that's gone
sick.
It's gone.
So we need to do this for Gunpla Club. Is that the next? Is that we close down the podcast and just start selling T-shirts?
Yeah, I feel like we can't really have merch without a regular product, but you know.
Maybe the product is a merch.
Anyway, moving on to other new stuff. Siam, you've linked in our document that we use the real grade of the new Gundam that is being. So this is a real grade version of the 1:1 scale model that is going up at the Lala port in Fukuoka, Japan. Can you explain to me why in the document you have described it as naked Gundam? Am I missing something?
That's what it's being referred to as.
Is it? By
Why?
who?
Bandai.
What?
Oh, really? What?
I like on the box it says New Gundam, right?
Yeah.
Well, they'll call it the Naked Gundam because it's not really the New Gundam. It's a new Gundam base with a new backpack that they're calling the Naked Gundam.
Right. Well, that's weird. But anyway,
I'm into it though.
Oh, I love this. I think it's great.
Yeah, I think it looks cool. I like the colorway on it.
Yeah, the mech itself is literally the new Gundam with blue instead of black. Like it is the same. But the backpack thing, the world's giantest fin funnel, is sick. It's well
My
good.
partner would call it the world's biggest pregnancy test.
Well, hey, yeah, it's well good. I love it.
I like the decals it's got on the RG on the skirt as well. That's cool.
Yeah, like I can't see myself
really
buying
nice looking.
this. I can't see myself buying this just because I already have the master grade new Gundam Vercar.
Oh, listen, I've got a master grade new Vercar, I've got a high new Vercar, and I've got the RG new. So shut the fuck up, Sam.
Oh, so are you gonna get this?
No, because I don't want to build a fin funnel again in my life.
I've also noticed on the box art for this, it has the new Bandai Namco logo.
Ooh,
I remember.
Yeah.
I remember when I worked there and I first saw this, and I was like, okay, all right, this is what they're going for, is it? And I see they went through with it, and that's all we will say on that, I guess.
That looks dreadful. That looks horrible.
Is the material used on the new Gundam new metal?
No. Next question.
Okay.
So
But
Bandai
yeah,
have announced.
this is great. Carry on.
I love
Yeah, I mean it looks cool. It's a new Gundam. Like it's an RG new with a backpack. Yeah, it's a recolored, and it's there's a couple of different ones. There's like an entry grade one. There's a BB Senshi. There's a couple of them hanging about that you can get by going.
I briefly saw the entry grade, but I thought that was of the original new. Is that of this? Is that of the naked as well? Is it?
It looks pretty awful.
Yeah, there is going to be an entry grade version of it as well.
I
wouldn't
built,
say it looks awful. It's fine.
I built the entry grade. I built the entry grade RX-782. Listen, these are for very young children. Like, and for that they're great. But yeah, like none of us should ever look at an
We're
entry
not the
grade.
target market.
No,
yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
Like you don't need nippers, that kind of deal.
No.
No. You know what is for adults. And,
Here we go.
you know, I want to say, like, you know, entry grade and Gundam, it's for children, you know?
It's for the kids.
It's all
for the children.
toys. It's all toys, man.
It's for the youth.
It's all toys. It's all that. Like, stop calling it model kit. It's a buildable action figure toy. Yeah?
Just
No shame in it.
Alienating
no
our
shame
5
in it.
remaining listeners. There.
Right? There's no shame in it because you know what? Once you admit that, once you get over the fact that, you know, these Japanese robot model kits are all just toys at the end of the day, you can truly learn and appreciate this next Bandai release that's coming out this year in September. And that is the real grade motherfucking King of Braves, Gao Gai Ga.
Fucking
Holy
yes.
fuck!
Yes, I am. There has never been a more definite purchase, as far as I am concerned.
This is the kit. I haven't been this excited about a model kit in a very long time.
Yeah.
Like, a real grade Gao Gai Ga. Are you fucking kidding me? It's got so for those who don't know what Gao Gai Ga is, King of Braves Gao Gai Ga was a anime released in '99. I want to say, Sam.
It was the 90s. I can't remember more than that. It is
King of Braves Gao Gai Ga. Yeah.
It is real robot as sorry. What's the opposite? Super robot. It is super robot as fuck.
Super robot. The guy is called Guy. He's a robot fella. He can run as fast as a fucking bullet train. Yeah.
There's a little fairy boy as well, and that's not me being homophobic.
Yeah, there's a little fairy boy. Alright, so Gao Gai Ga is a combination robot. It's a Gattai ting in it.
It is a
Like
Gattai.
Power Rangers.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So Gao Gai Gar is combined from several robots. This is Gai Gar, Drill Gao, Liner Gao, and Stealth Gao. Yeah? So in this real great Gao Gai Gar, it's a 4-in-1.
Yeah.
How can we point out one of these is a
one
train?
One of them's a train, yeah.
yeah, man. Listen, wait, hang on, let me
Gao
explain
Gai Gar
this
is
away.
fucking sick.
Shut up. Gai Gar is, it is a fusion between the cyborg Guy Shisho, the main character of the show, and the mechanical lion Galleon. Yeah?
Yeah.
He physically fucking fuses. That Gai Gar, that is the main fucking character. Like, he fuses with a train. We've got Drill Gao, and that's, it's a double-headed drill tank. Yeah? For like boring and tunneling. But in Gao Gai Gar, it becomes your legs and your knees. So when you want to knee someone, you fucking bore a hole through him instead. That's how powerful Gao Gai Gar is. Yeah? Then you got Liner Gao. Let me tell you about Liner Gao. Have you ever heard of something called the Shinkansen, boys?
Hell yeah.
Mate, I've been on the Shinkansen.
You've been on the Shinkansen, huh? Yeah. Well, get this. Liner Gao is faster than the Shinkansen.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. Exactly. And it combines in the Gao Gai Gar. And finally, we've got Stealth Gao. Stealth Gao is a fucking stealth bomber. Yeah? Mm-hmm. Yeah? It's got a Serum G turbine jet. Yeah?
I'll take your word for it.
And according to Gao Gai Gar Better Man Wiki, it has multiple pylons.
No, it has multiple pylons.
Multiple pylons.
We need additional pylons.
Yeah, man.
Don't start. So yeah, look, Will. Basically, Gao Gai Gar is sick, and you should watch it.
It looks cool.
I mean, it's a kids
Sam,
show. Don't get me wrong. It's a kids show.
When you're editing this, can you just play the Gao Gai Gar theme
music behind it? Yeah, I will ensure that the Gao Gai Gar theme has been played throughout your entire exploration.
Listen, you have to know this about me and Gao Gai Gar. Right? I love Gao Gai Gar so much. Like, I watched Gao Gai Gar immediately after I watched G Gundam, right? And then I realised what the coolest letter in the alphabet was. You know what it is?
Z. No, shit, no, not Z. Definitely not Z.
you fucking fucked up. Listen, you're a loser. You're a fucking pretender and a loser because you said Z. You know what the coolest letter in the alphabet is, Will?
Is it G?
You're fucking right. It's fucking G.
Yeah.
No, for real. Like, this kit combines literally all of these models. So you get Gai Gar, you get Drill Gao, you get Liner Gao. Gai Gar can transform into Galleon as well. So it actually has two forms. Liner Gao is just a train, and you can have like various combinations of them. So you can have Drill Gao with Gai Gar for like drill arms. You get the dividing driver in here as well. Dividing driver.
Yeah, this kit.
Dividing driver.
This kit absolutely fucks. And I fuck with it, and I'm gonna buy it. The end.
You get a dividing driver in it as well. You know what this is? There's gonna be a P band over this. That's gonna come with a Goldian hammer. You just can tell. And the Goldian hammer will be as big as the fucking thing. Of course, Hands, Heaven, and Hell are included. You get the stealth bomber. It's got little like tracks on the back. The only thing I think this is missing, the only thing that could have made this perfect is the Goldian hammer, I think. But I think Bandai's gonna fuck us.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Per usual.
So what's next? What's next, my son?
I don't know how you top that, Sam.
Well, we don't. We don't is the answer.
I mean, we are going to follow it with, the next Master Graham Extreme Strike Freedom Gundam. So we had a Master Graham Extreme Gundam Unicorn, and they're doing one for the Strike Freedom, and it says it's the highest metal expression in the history of Gunpla. Now,
remind me, because I don't really remember, there's only been one MGEX so far, right?
Yeah, there's only been the Unicorn so far.
And it was basically the Unicorn with the really fancy LED system, right?
Yeah, and it's been completely retooled as well, right?
Okay. So it's basically a version 2 or 3 or whatever of the unicorn.
So this is going to be the version 2 of the Strike Freedom, basically.
Okay, but it's going to be well expensive, I imagine.
Yes. So it says it has the highest metallic expression in the history of Gunpla. I'm watching the promo video now. Yeah. It says, "What is MGEX Master Grade Extreme? MGEX is the MG high-end brand that pursues the extreme expression of the MS under the certain quote-unquote theme by combining the culmination of Bandai Spirit's technology and different materials." You know what that means for the Strike Freedom in particular? You get a lot of different shades of gold, boys.
Yeah, so I'm reading the spiel, and it says each section is divided into multiple layered parts, just like what they've done to the Perfect Grade Unleashed RX-78-2 Gundam. So that's pretty cool, because that kit looked phenomenal. So if it's using the same tech as that, that's nifty.
So the idea is that the MGEX has extreme points, yeah,
Right.
and these are the 4 extreme points of the MGEX Strike Freedom according to Bandai.
Please
Gimmick. That's an extreme point.
All right. What is
style?
What is the okay? Okay.
Style. Extreme point. Internal structure. Extreme point. The last extreme point. Action. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Great.
Cool. There's an absolutely fantastic. Are you on the video?
No.
Like you need to watch it. I'm gonna put this into the chat and recording. I'm gonna put it into the WhatsApp channel now, just so you get this image from.
I'll watch it once we're done, but.
No, I'll send you the image of it.
Okay.
Because you need to see this
Okay,
of how all these points are balanced between the Strike Freedom. So it's got all round everything.
It's got a fucking graph.
So it's like a graph, yeah.
It's got
this
a fucking graph of their made up fucking bullshit IP points.
This is bonkers.
What the fuck is this? Simon, mate, this is the funniest thing I've seen in ages. Oh, that's absolutely done me. Oh.
It's basically a Pentagon graph, and every field is filled out to the maximum except for extreme point, which is just it goes further beyond. Yeah.
Oh my god!
This has to go in our episode art.
Yeah. So
episode title is Extreme Point. There you go.
Yeah.
So this is from the promotional video, is it? That they did?
Yeah. This is from the PV, and the PV goes on to say, it's got several different types of coating on it for the gold, and it's got those etching stickers on it that you haven't unleashed.
Oh, God.
But I just wanted to highlight how extreme those points were. The gimmick, style, internal structure, and action. They all enhance this kit to be the most extreme point of extreme kits.
Oh my God.
It's extreme metallic combinations. Fucking, I can't.
That's actually made me lightheaded. That's really done.
Speaking of extreme, we've got we've got a remix of an Impulse designed by Naoki. Naoki is a famed Gundam designer. He did quite a few of the Build Fighters, Build Divers stuff.
Yep.
And it looks like an Impulse with short heels and a cool new backpack. And that's it.
Nice.
Yeah. So I quite like this. I think this is cool.
Yeah. I mean, fine.
Yeah. To be honest, I prefer this to the Impulse, the regular Impulse. I think.
Yeah. I mean, I really like the Impulse, and I think this looks good.
Yeah. I like the colours. I like how kind of chunky and spiky it is. Is this getting a full release, or is this a Bandai?
It's not clear. I'd like it for it to be.
No, it's P Bandai. It's P Bandai.
Oh, fucking Peter!
It's P Bandai. It's Peter Bandai. So
fucking Peter's gonna come to fuck us again.
I do like this though. So I might hit up my boy Sammy D, see what he's saying. Cause
go Sammy D or go Side 7 Exports, man.
Yeah, because I do
Side
like
7
this.
will probably have a shoot.
Yeah, I mean, so I got my Mark V through Samuel Decal, and he was fantastic. The whole procedure.
Samuel Decal cut me a proper fucking deal on that Debaxia. I'm sure I retold the story, but
yeah, the problem is, of course, is that P Bandai comes with a cost, and you are going to be paying more for these kits than.
There's a couple of other kits that I didn't actually put on here. So there is a real grade God Gundam coming.
Yes, of course. That was announced quite a while ago, but it has been about 20 years since our last episode. So.
Yeah. A real grade God Gundam, cool. More G Gundam love. I always like it.
Yeah,
I think the design's cool.
I mean, are you going to get that? Surely you're going to get that.
It's a God Gundam, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't get the high res God, and I do regret that a little bit because it seems that like it's a little bit.
Remind me what high res just action figures basically.
Half action figure, so the internal skeletons action figure and the armor's
right.
Whole kit. I did like that redesign. It looked really beefy, and it looks like the RG takes some notes from that. And there's a P Bandai Gin coming out with 2 great swords, which I've got a lot of time for, but I don't like the Gin enough.
What grade? Sorry.
Master grade.
Okay.
Gin Gladiator. It's pretty cool looking. I'll plonk it in the episode notes.
I do like the Gin. The Gin.
Gin. I think it's pronounced Gin, but it looks Gin, doesn't it? There's a bunch of Wing HGs coming out, which is
wait. But there was a Master Grade Gin last year, which got a regular release. Is this a variant?
Yeah, this is a particularly cool looking variant.
Right. Sure. Sorry. I gotcha.
Yeah. Aside from that, like, I can't see too many kits that I like the look of. Oh, there's a crazy Astray, and there's that retooled Rick Dom as well.
Can we talk very briefly about the state of Master Grade in the year of our Lord 2022? Because I am primarily a Master Grade builder, and in 2020, without looking, can you tell me how many Master Grades got a proper retail release?
2?
Close. 3.
Oh,
3.
That's
and
pathetic.
Yeah, and one of those was the Faz, the Full Armor Double Zeta, so kind of a new kit. And one of those was the Verkar Wing Gundam Zero, so kind of a new kit. And then the Kyrios, which was a new kit. How many new Master Grades were there in 2021?
1.
No. Close. Also 3. However, these were at least relatively new. You had the Gin, you had the Eclipse Gundam from that manga, which was sick. I still need to pick that up, actually. I really like that. And you had the Virtue, which was cool, and that's a new kit, and the armour comes off to form the... what is it? Nadle? So 3, but at least they were 3 pretty cool kits. So far in 2022, we have had the Dom and the Rick Dom. So... although they are not being marketed as version 2.0s, which is strange to me, they are basically version 2.0s of the Dom and the Rig Dom. So 2 new kits, but not new suits. And it's just such a step down from the regular amount of Master Grades in a year, Like,
I mean, yeah, there was a pandemic, and
there was a pandemic, but it feels like this had been coming for a while.
I think they're putting a lot of their resources, like Bandai as a Bandai Hobby as a division, into kind of expanding what they're doing. So they've got a bunch of different lines that they're,
But the thing is, they're still of course pumping out the P Bandai Master Grades. The variants and all
yeah.
Like
they're pumping out P Bandai left, right, and center. Like it feels like Gundam has been less of a focus for them.
But it basically just means that, like, for me as a Master Grade guy primarily, there's not a huge amount for me to be interested in, unless I want to shell out extra for P Bandai, which is what I ended up doing for the Mark V, or if I look at maybe perfect grades, because I do still want to get the perfect grade. Is it alternate? Did they call it that for the new RX-78-2? Did they call it
Unleashed?
Unleashed, that was it. I mean, that will be the next kit I buy, because that just looks phenomenal. But...
yeah. And they've been doing these super mini plars. I think I linked you to them the other day, Sam, which was, I think it was some Gunbuster one that they did, and that looks neat.
Yeah.
So
and
they've been doing like a bunch of Digimon stuff. They're releasing Dunbine high grades. It's just really cool. Like, so yeah, it feels like they're diversifying a little bit, and that's not a bad thing.
At the end of the day, as well, like 3 master grades a year, that's not bad as long as they're master grades that you kind of like. It's just if you don't like any of them, you're a bit fucked, you know.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
But no, there's a bunch of stuff that they've got the hats in right now. And, I'm not going to complain because at the end of the day, Sam, you know what we got coming on the way?
Real great Gal Gaigar.
Got a real great fucking Gal Gaigar, man.
Gal Gaigar. Right.
Gal Gaigar.
Shall we take a break and then talk about that fucking Overwatch thing?
Okay.
Alright, break in 3, 2, 1, break.
Welcome back to Gunpla Club. I listened to the Gal Gaigar theme. But the only thing we'll be talking about now is the latest evolution in Gundam. And do you want to know what the latest evolution in Gundam is, boys?
NFTs.
No.
It's a Gundam shaped dildo that you stick up your asshole.
Listen, don't talk about my beam saber like that.
Hey.
But it is in fact Gundam Evolution. Is it 3v3? First person shooter, 6v6 shooter. Something
6v6,
like that.
Yeah.
6v6. It feels like 6v6. It's like a hero shooter, like Overwatch, and each Gundam has unique skills. It was announced. It wasn't announced at State of Play, but it was there in the State of Play in March. I think this looks like baked ass, but it could be fun.
I got to see this when I worked at Bandai and then probably forgot about it until they announced it. It just what's so weird to me. It's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea, but I agree with you that it looks kind of whack. Like it's clearly been done on the cheap. And the thing that stands out to me is like the.
Hang on. No, hang on. I'm watching the trailer now. Turn 8 just pulled out fucking Moonlight Butterfly. How does that work?
I imagine it will have an alt. The thing that kind of stands out to me is the sense of scale is weird because they all seem like they're like human sized, just because of like the way the game is played and the way the movement is. And the fact that it's an FPS, like, and all the suits are kind of moving like people, if that makes sense.
It shouldn't be an FPS. I think if it's a mech game, it shouldn't. If it's an FPS, I want to be in a cockpit, man. I don't want to be like the Gundam's head.
True. There's something very weird about it. It's literally not literally, but the HUD is straight from Overwatch. When I think of Gundam games, I always think of third person. I think like if it was that, it could have been, it would have looked cooler to me. But hey, I'll play it. It's free.
Yeah, I mean,
is it free? If they said that,
yeah.
I think there's a network test going on for it. Kind of right now-ish. Probably just past if you're listening to this episode. I don't know. It could be fun. Oh my god, I love the perspective that you get when you're like playing as the gun tank. It's just arms, like shooting. They don't move.
What's weird is it has iron sights. It's like Gundams don't do that.
Yeah. It's just, it's a weird thing. It's a weird thing. But I'll give it a pop. I mean, at the end of the day, you're not going to get a better multiplayer Gundam game than fucking Maxibon. So
no. I think there was some news about a new version of that game coming out. By the way, Maxibon 2.
Well, there's it's not Maxi Boost. It's Gundam
Extreme versus 2. Yeah.
2. Yeah. But that's arcade only for now.
Until in 10 years' time when they finally port it to
it's a console port. Yeah. Shall we move on to some questions from our adoring fans who have been missing us?
Yeah. So first we have Gundam_Army on Discord who said on the 12th of January, when are you guys coming back?
Never. Next question.
Don't know. We had Okina Oko Gunpla today who said, "Where have you been?"
Hell. Next question.
We have Uncle Aaron. He's alive! And asks a question about the Doan's Island movie. Does this leave anyone with a future expectation of more movies in the same vein?
No, but I'd like them to do the next Hathaway movie.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
That was good, wasn't it?
There's long been rumours of like, oh, they should just do a full anime adaptation of The Origin.
Yeah, they should.
And, I mean, yeah, they should. But if anything, I think this kind of makes that less likely. You know, the fact that they've made a movie of one of the bits of The Origin, like.
I think that's pretty cool though, because Doan's Island is a pretty good bit to do though. I think.
Yeah, it's a little self-contained story, isn't it?
Yeah.
Who knows though? Like with Gundam, they've turned shows into movies and then OVAs into shows. Like it's an ongoing cycle, isn't it?
Yes,
like
but
reusing
that's
content
mainly
forever.
But yeah, exactly. That's like reusing content. Whereas if they did an anime of The Origin, it would be new animation. Because obviously, they adapted all the Shah bits, but that's just the Shah bits.
Yeah.
But anyway, like you said, I think I would hope that the movie priority at the moment is Hathaway 2 and 3 because it's already been what feels like a long time since the last one. So I would like those.
Isn't that movie 2 called Son of Bright or something? I want to say.
Is it Hathaway Son of Bright?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, why not? Why the fuck not?
Oh yeah. Tentative title: Mobile Suit Gundam Hathaway's Flash, Son of Bright. Like, I get what they're trying to do here, lads, and I'll give you this one for free. If anyone from Sunrise is there,
mate,
just
Sunrise,
call it Bright Sun.
Sunrise.
Bright Sun. Bright
Sorry.
Sun. That's all you need to do. Like SUN. Amazing. That's some Samuel Taylor Coleridge, Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner shit there for you. Like Bright Sun. That's all you need. Trust me.
Sion, what the fuck is Sunrise?
Sunrise.
Yeah.
Sunrise is the company that makes Gundam animations.
Is it?
You fucking pleb.
Yeah. Are you sure?
Yeah.
I get to dunk on you now, you bitch. Sunrise, my friend, has been renamed and will now be known as Bandai Namco Filmworks. As of April 1st this year, not an April Fool's because they announced it in February.
So when they say Filmworks, is that an indicator into their priorities going forward?
No, I don't think so.
Nah, because they've done a bunch of shit. They did like Code Geass, they did Gao Gai Ga, they did Cowboy Bebop,
Yeah, Bandai Namco Filmworks is the new name of Sunrise.
So anyway. The second part for Hathaway was announced. I mean, we knew it was coming, but officially announced in September last year. Yeah. I feel like, I'll admit, I'm not on top of Gundam day to day, but it does feel very inconsistent the way things are communicated. It feels like every single project is vastly separate from every other project to the point where there's no plan, no synergy.
The left hand doesn't know what the right hand is doing.
Yes.
Anyway, I mean, fair enough. They're not going to announce anything if they have anything to announce. I'm sure they're making it. And if it looks as good as the first one, it'll probably take a while. So it's fine. It is what it is.
Next time, we got a question from Skyler Andy, who asked this question in November of last year. What type of funnels do you believe are the best? Funnels, dragoons, fangs, or bits? They're all the same fucking thing, mate.
Yeah, it's just different.
I don't know what the difference is, to be honest.
The difference is which series you're watching.
Oh right, UC for life.
we got one on Twitter from Gunpla Admirer who says, "Why does Zeon have the best suits?"
There was a joke there, and I'm not going to make it.
Is there?
Yeah. So who designed the Nazi uniforms? Wasn't it like?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it was like bloody.
Fucking Hugo Boss. That was it. Hugo
That's
Boss.
the one.
Was it Hugo Boss?
Yeah, design the
sure?
Nazi. Yeah, I'm positive, mate. I just googled it. So
Sam just gazed at his wardrobe.
Ah, yeah, I see.
I just looked at my shrine.
You know, I once saw a Nazi sword in like an antique shop, and it was only like 15 quid, and I was like,
probably because nobody wanted it.
I was like, it's a cool sword though, man. I was like, it's got a swastika on it though. Oh, that's pretty bad. I didn't get it.
Wait, it had a swastika on it.
Yeah, like forged into it.
What kind of buff does that give the sword?
Plus 10 to fascism. That's bad, man. That's bad.
I know. Yeah.
I know people will be like, "Oh, it's a historical It's a historical what's the word? Artifact." Nah, destroy it. Destroy that shit, man. I don't think we need to keep anything that has swastikas on it, to be honest.
Yeah, but imagine being like 85 and like showing my grandchildren. I was like, "Hello, kids. This is my Nazi sword."
It's just a bit, yeah. Anyone who collects Nazi memorabilia is a bit like...
It's a bit suspect.
Yeah.
We've got some guy who doesn't have a pronounceable name.
Go on, give it a go.
J.
Cool, that'll do.
Favourite Gundam colourway, boys? You know, Sam, I think we should go with the tried and true answer to this question, which comes up in every episode still, which is all brown.
Poo poo. Well, as established, I very much like blue and orange. Blue and orange is a favourite of mine.
You're a basic bitch.
How am I a basic bitch? I mean, it is a very common colour scheme.
Blue, yeah, it is a very.
Because it goes together well.
The brain in my head goes pee when I see it.
Dearie me.
What?
To me, the Kubli is the perfect colour scheme.
So kind of grey and purple. Pinky.
Yeah.
I like red mobile suits.
Yeah, red is cool. But I like red because of Char.
Yeah.
So, it's like, do I like the colour scheme or do I like the character? I don't know.
Anything, considering that.
Yeah,
you're right.
Yeah.
I like black mobile suits with black and white contrast on it, like a panda.
Yeah, black and white can be cool. Yeah, as long as there's as long as you can see the detailing on the black parts.
Yeah. Totally. And I think that's going to take us out, boys. Like, we got a few more, but it's all just stuff that we've honestly talked about.
Yeah, we've got a lot of questions like, where have you been? When are you coming back? And also, has it been difficult getting kits lately? What are your thoughts on the current situation? So, hopefully we've answered those questions.
Yeah, we were long overdue an episode. We've been talking about it for a little bit.
It is, and our output, I think, is just a reflection of... It's not a reflection of us not wanting to talk about it. It's just us waiting until we feel like we have something to say.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's like our passion for the franchise and the hobby will come and go as the franchise and the hobby becomes interesting and less interesting. And I think it's fair to say that it hasn't been remarkably interesting over the last couple of years. And what we're seeing with a lot of current Gundam podcasts, and fair play to them, because I think we were kind of top dog for a while, and we've absolutely been overtaken. And a lot of them are people who are kind of new to it, and it's them going through the show and then kind of reacting to the show as they're watching it. Shows plural, or you've got a kind of experienced person taking an inexperienced person through it, and stuff like that. And that kind of format is great because it isn't reliant on the current status of the franchise, right? But we can't really do that because we've seen it already for the most part, and I wouldn't really want to do that, to be honest. Jump on the bandwagon. And what it means is just like, if there's not much for us to talk about, then there's nothing for us to talk about. We can't really force it. Combine that with the fact that Callum is in dad hell and just doesn't really have the capacity for free time. Ollie is very busy making video games, and yeah, it's just kind of understandable. That said, I do very much enjoy doing these, and I hope that we can do them slightly more regularly going forward. It seems that there's enough stuff on the horizon now, right? Like,
yeah, exactly. Like for a long time, it was just barren, right?
Yeah,
and now it's not.
and like I know a lot of the people like Gunpla is the hobby, and they don't really give a shit about the status of the anime or the franchise, and they just love building Gunpla. And I think we've all been there to an extent, but I almost kind of had that phase now, and so now I need the franchise to pick up a bit to get me back into it, I suppose. Like
when Hathaway came out, I was like fucking buzzing about Gundam.
I would have when Hathaway came out. I would have if a master grade like G Gundam or Penelope had been available, I would have bought it without a doubt. It's just the only kits that were available with the high grades, and I wasn't particularly fond of those.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not like we're not like a big anime podcast like Trash Taste or anything like that, because it's like we don't make our living off of this. We all have jobs and just do this in our spare time.
Yeah. I mean, that's the other thing. We're all pretty busy. I'm starting a new job next week. Will just bought a flat house. Is it house?
Flat. It's London.
Will just bought flat.
Flat.
And I'm writing 2 books. So
can you? Yeah, Siam is when he's not doing his day job, is doing his other job. So
it's, spare time is pretty fraught between us, but it's nice to get together, and we don't have much time to hang out in the Discord anymore, and that's something I feel pretty guilty about. But at the end of the day, I'm glad that we've made a space where people can come and chat about Gundam, and big shout out to the Industry Otaku for basically running that place.
Yeah. The mods are doing a fucking stellar job of keeping that alive.
Yeah. I mean, it's still there, and exactly right. Yeah. I'm glad that there's a space for that, and it's cool.
But yeah, I would think the next episode will not be as far away as this one was.
I think Witch From Mercury will hit, and then we'll do
stuff to talk about.
Like
I mean, something else that's kind of been stopping me from buying new kits is that I'm at my parents' at the moment because I'm about to start a new job, and then I'm gonna try and buy a flat somewhere or a house, right? So I'm not really in a position to get new stuff at the moment because I don't have anywhere for it to go.
This is the thing. Oh my god, I am collecting, slowly collecting a little collection of non-Gundam mecha. As well. So, but it's I mean, I have a lot of unbuilt stuff now.
Yeah, I've still got some.
I can't really justify with the space I have at the minute to bring more boxes in. With my partner works at a Lego store. We've got a shitload of Lego. We've got the big Millennium Falcon.
But once I have my own flat or house, I'm gonna be getting rid of some of my stuff, I think. But then I'll be able to really I'll be able to have stuff on display, which would be awesome because I haven't been able to do that for a while. But
right now most of my
more stuff. Yeah.
Most of my hobby money is going on stuff I want a new tablet so I can read manga before bed for an hour. That kind of shit. It's not. I just don't have enough free time for the hobby at the minute.
I've been buying action figures here and there, but Gunpla is just it just takes up more space. So
yeah. The office setup I've got going on at the minute, because work's been pretty hardcore for various reasons. My office space just isn't set up to make kits at the minute. At all.
Will, with your new flat, I assume you have a dedicated Gunpla room.
Well, it's going to be a dedicated room for every hobby under the sun, which is the amount of hobbies I have. So yes.
Really? Do you genuinely have a hobby room?
Well, it's my office, so it's going to be where all my
place where you can put all your shit. And Meg doesn't
pretty
have
much.
to deal with it. Yeah.
I'm having a desk dedicated to models.
Sweet.
Nice.
Sounds good
Get a
to me.
Calyx.
Yeah.
But until then, it's been really nice making one of these again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Miss it.
It's been a pleasure. To the 10 or so of you who are still listening, thank you very much. Yeah, that'll do us. Where can you find us, William?
You can find us at gunplaclub.com, which is our hub for all that is Gunpla Club. We're also on the usual social media platforms like Twitter at Gunpla Club, Facebook at Gunpla Club UK, and on Instagram at Gunpla Club.
Yeah.
Join our Discord.
The site has links to all of that shit, and then I think, does the site have a link to the Discord? I know our Twitter.
It
does.
should do.
Yeah, but
it does. It definitely does.
Cool beans. All right. Well, remember, I love you. I love you all. The end.
The end. Shout out to Eric.
Yeah,
Shout out to Eric.
Shout out to Eric. Big ups. Big ups to Eric.
Shut up!